Here comes the danger up in this club. When we get started, man, we ain't gon' stop. We gon' turn it out till it gets too hot. Everybody sing, hey, yo. Tell them turn it out till they can't no more. Let's get this thing shaking like a disco ball. This is your last one and a courtesy call. Everybody sing, hey, yo. Tell them turn it out till they can't no more. Let's get this thing shaking like a disco ball. This is your last one and a courtesy call.
What's up, y'all? Anime Rage here, and I just came up with an idea, from me making the AMV of Ryuko and Shadow fight, and me actually seeing the fight, which was fucking amazing. So I decided to make the big brain idea of making a what if. Haven't really thought of a good name for it yet. I don't know if I want to do what if Ryuko had chaos control, or what if Ryuko was the reincarnation of Shadow. So those are two what if ideas. You'll probably see at the end of this which one I choose, so either way, she's still gonna have chaos control. But I find it being the reincarnation of Shadow sounding a bit cooler. So yeah, let me just start this off. Shadow, he's pretty much on his deathbed at this point. He's been around for a pretty long fucking time, so yeah, it's only natural that you get old enough to the point to where he can't do anything and you're about to die. So yeah, he sends his regards to everyone he's been friends with, everyone they're there. Because if you think about it, Shadow was technically the oldest out of pretty much fucking everybody. So yeah. Shadow dies, he's trying to repent for himself because, he has done some bad things. And he's also done some good things, but he feels like what he's done that's bad kind of outweighs what he did was good. So, yeah. So, he's pretty much on that verge of reality, life and death. And he's just thinking to himself, like, if I could fix some things, I would wish to be reincarnated. And he's just laughing to himself, like, like that will ever happen. So, yeah, he closed his eyes as everything cuts to black to him. So, some years later, where pretty much everything has pretty much just, anything magical based has become lifesavers at this point. So, yeah. So, Shadow, he wakes up. He's like, huh? I'm not dead? And, he looks around. He sees he's in this tube. And he's like, huh? The hell's going on? Where am I? Am I a baby? And he sees him in this tube, and he gets sent out of space. And he's like, what the hell is going on? And so yeah, same thing. Ryuko lands pretty much on the freeway. The dad shows up, picks her up, and names her Ryuko, which means abandoned child in Japanese, which is a pretty cool fact to know. So yeah. And Shadow, he's thinking to himself like, so this is supposed to be my supposed dad, huh? Alright. So yeah. Once Shadow gets to the age of, or should I say Ryuko, gets to the age of around 7 to 8 years old, she's, Shadow, he's checking himself out. He's like, feels weird being the opposite gender. He checks himself. He sees that his powers are still there. He still has his bracelets as power limiters just in case. And yeah, he sees that the red streak in his hair. He's like, I wonder what's this supposed to mean. So yeah, Shadow, he's like, this is really fucking weird. Like, I know I said I wanted to be reincarnated, but this is so fucking weird. So yeah, time skip a little later. Shadow. He's getting used to his. I mean, you can't really get used to a body that isn't yours, but heck, he makes do to what he's got working with. So yeah, after some years, we cut to in canon. Uh, Ryuko does lose her dad, but it just doesn't have the same effect because Shadow, he kind of got a connection, but it's like in canon with Ryuko, it's like you weren't really there, but well, at least you weren't there when it counted, at least. So yeah, during that time, Shadow did get pretty mad because this man was supposed to be his supposed dad, and he grew a bit of a connection to him over the years, a bit better than what Ryuko could do in canon. So yeah, when he died, Shadow got pretty fucking pissed, and he just pretty much chaos blast everywhere, pretty much destroying the whole house. And the dad asked him or her to take the scissor blade and find the other half of the scissor blade, because the one who has the other half, who killed me. And Shadow taking this as the man's final request, and he says, "All right." And he has to pull it out his dad's body, which, look, it's just a very fucked up situation for Shadow at this point. So yeah, Shadow, he grabs the scissor blade and he's like, "I'll find who did this to you, old man. He had my word on it." And so yeah, we're going to time skip a lot later. Ryuko. I forgot how old she was in canon. I think she was like either like 16 or 17, or just around the age. But we all know Shadow's like he's like 200 at this point, but his body, or it's a female chick's body, which is like 16 to 17 years old. And it's still weird to him. It's like, it's just weird. Like, he can't really explain it. He's just finding it weird to be a guy the entire time. Him and Rouge, they've been hitting it off here and there, but, him just always had an idea of what was it like to be in the opposite side of life, but he didn't, literally mean it. So yeah, anyway, Shadow sees Hoji Academy, and he's thinking to himself like, okay, I think I should just say she, because we all know that I'm talking about Ryoko, but it's Shadow at the same time. Uh, this is confusing to me as well. I'm just pretty much going off the top of my head. So, Shadow wouldn't have the love for lemons as Ryoko did, because it's pretty much kind of nasty to eat a whole lemon like it's a fucking apple. But he does substitute that with grapes. So yeah. So he's chilling, walking around. Or I was gonna say she's walking around, and he sees these kids. You know, Mako's brother and his friends pretty much try to jump her. Man, this is so awkward. But same thing as Kenny. Uh, pretty much just beat them all up, saying that they're passive aggressive kids. And Shadow's like, serves you right, as he leaves. And Mako, she comes in, pretty much telling her brother to stop getting into trouble. And Mako, she sees the trolley about to take off. She runs and grabs on it and it says, "I'll see you at school." Shadow, he's like, "What the hell?" And so yeah, we cut the school. The kid who took the Goku uniform. Uh, let's just say I don't know what happened to him. Literally, I was rewatching Kill la Kill today because I had to make a what if, and I was just thinking to myself while watching this, like, what happened to him? So yeah. Anyway, he says, new student. I'm just gonna say Ryuko, Shadow, Matoi, and having a chick name is very weird for the Shadow too. So he's like, uh, but he's gonna get used to it. I know I had to get used to it, but I have to get used to calling Shadow a she, even though he's supposed to be like the reincarnate, you know, whatever. So, Ryuko, she's in class. Uh, she sits next to Mako. Class is pretty much going on. And, she sees Mako pretty much eat her lunch and just go to sleep really fucking fast. And he's like, what the hell? What is up with this chick? So, yeah, we cut to like, I think it was kind of like the end of the day. If it wasn't, it was probably in the middle of the day. So, they're all outside. Ryoko, she's pretty much chilling by herself. Because, she a bit of a loner. Mako, she come in trying to hug her, but she sidestep her, causing her to slam her face into the ground. And Mako's like, "What? Why? Why did you dodge me?" And Ryuko, she's like, "Well, that's what happens when weirdos start flying at you." And, Mako goes to whole, "We're best friends" and stuff. Ryuko, she's like, "Sure." So yeah, Sasuke, she shows up. Everyone bowing. Ryuko's like, "What's going on?" And Mako, she grabbed her head, like, "Shh, get down." And Rico's like, "Well, what's going on?" And she says, "Oh, that's Lady Sasuke Kiyorin. I think that's her name." Uh, yeah. Whole same thing happens. Ryuko asks, "Is she the top? She's supposed to be like the top dog here or something?" And Mako's like, "Yeah, she is the pretty much the strongest person in the school." And Ryuko, she's chuckling to herself like, "Huh? She's supposed to be the strongest, huh?" So yeah, Ryuko, she walks up like, "So you're supposed to be the boss lady here?" And Sasuke says, "I am. Who are you?" "I am Ryuko Shadow Matoi." And Sasuke, she's like, "Huh, Matoi. I'll try to remember that." And she wouldn't be as angry about it, and you know, Ryuko just asked her a very simple question like, "Do you know who has the other half of the scissors blade?" And before Lady Sasuke could say anything, Tommy, with the boxing gloves, come out like, "Hey, don't be disrespecting Lady Sasuke." And he tried to punch her, but she grabs the glove before it could get close to her. They're all shocked, like, "Huh? Did he? How did she do that?" And yeah, Riko's like, "Yeah, your Goku uniform doesn't do anything for me," she says as she literally crushes his hand and the glove. And so yeah, he can't really take off the glove without feeling even more pain than he's already feeling. He's screaming out in pain and stuff. And, Riko's just like, "Touch me again and I'll kill you." And, Tommy, he's scared and he walks away or scooting away. He can't. He's just pretty much crawling away at that point. And Saucy's like, you got some power there. So, how you feel about joining my party and stuff? And Ryuko, she's like, nah, I think I'm good. Besides, I got my own shit to be dealing with rather than joining some club I don't know nothing about. As she teleports, because Shadow can teleport. And Lady Sasuke, she's like, pretty interesting person we got at this school now. This year about to be fun. So yeah, we cut to Ryuko. She's pretty much just walking around, and she walks to where the or what she thinks is just some random street, and she walks to where her burnt down house is at. She's just thinking to herself like, I ain't really get an answer out of her. That guy got in the way, but I'll try not to be as pushy about it. I mean, ain't like it's my number one goal in life. She says as she's just pretty much chilling as she stabs the scissor blade onto the ground. So yeah, the whole trap door it opens up. She falling, and I'm saying canon. She actually was able to like stop herself from falling a bit. So yeah, and, she lands on her feet, and her touching stuff she ain't supposed to. She nicks her thumb a bit, causing it to bleed, and it lands on the pile of clothes that she had her hand on. Seikis pops out like, more blood. And Rico, she's like, the fuck is you? Since when can clothes talk? How can clothes talk? Who the fuck are you? And he's like, it doesn't matter. Put me on, put me on. And Rico, she's like, fine, just calm down. And she puts on the black and red sailor outfit. And she's like, huh, feels oddly comfortable for a random sailor suit. And yeah. And Ryuko, she's walking around. She hasn't got out of the place yet. She's walking around and she see a half broken mirror there. And she sees the outfit that she's in and she's like, hmm, looks pretty good. And Seiki's like, oh, you think that's look good? Let me show you something cooler. As transformation sequence come in. And yeah. And Ryuko, she's looking at herself in the mirror. She's like, uh, not exactly the best way to get power, but it's power nonetheless. She says as she's looking at herself. And Shadow, he's thinking to himself like, God damn, I'm fine. But I'm a guy, but this is a girl's body. It's like, it's so confusing. So yeah, he's like, he's just thinking to herself like, not bad. So yeah, Seikis, he transforms back into the regular sailor outfit. And yeah, Ryuko, she has Shadow's shoes and the rings on her wrist as power limiters because she doesn't really need to activate them yet. At least not until uh where she's pretty much has to fight all the Elite Four at the same time. Well, not at the same time, but like wave of them, I should say. So yeah, time skip a little later to the school again. Mako, she asks, so where have you been? And Rico's like, oh, I was just doing some stuff. She says, and Mako's like, oh, where'd you get the sailor suit from? And she said, oh, it's a old thing that I forgot I had in my closet. But she's capping because she can't just say, hey, I fell into a garbage pit and I found some clothes that gives me magical powers, so I put it on. All right, I'm back. And I forgot an important detail to add to this story. It's just now popping up in my head. The Chaos Emeralds are gonna be a bit scattered a bit. No, she's not gonna get the Chaos Emerald's powers immediately, because they'll be a bit too broken. Shadow's broken enough as it is. The last thing he needs is to have the Chaos Emeralds right then and now. So, what's gonna happen is that one, Ryuko, she has one emerald. Uh, I had this in my head. Hold up. Ryuko, she has one. Mako, she has one. The Elite Four, they each have one. And the last one who has one is Sasuke. She's gonna have the last one. Yeah. So, yeah, that's gonna be a bit of a journey for my girl Ryuko. So yeah, and for me, wanting to make this story a bit interesting, everyone in this story is gonna be just a bit more powerful and can, because with them having the Chaos Emeralds, it naturally just being around the Chaos Emeralds naturally boosts your power as it is. Or at least that's how I'm going to do it. Like the longer you stay with the Chaos Emeralds, it's just naturally building up your power. So yeah, so being friends with Mako, Ryuko doesn't really have a place to stay. Mako says, "Oh, you can chill at my family's place," and Ryuko's like, "Thanks," and she goes to her family's house. You know, she pretty much goes to sleep because she tired a bit. She wake up, see her dad breathing over her. And she decks him in the face. And I'm gonna say it does a bit more damage than canon because it's pretty much, imagine having Shadow the Hedgehog punch you in your face. So yeah, that would fucking hurt. Even though he wasn't really using intent to kill, but yeah, that shit still fucking hurt. And let's just say he's a bit more than knocked out. That man's in a fucking coma. Mako's like, my dad, and Rico's like, your dad. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. She says as she's bowing and stuff, and the mom's like, oh, it's fine. Wherever he does that to you, you feel free to knock him out. And Rico's like, uh, thanks. She just thinks to herself like, I thought Mako was weird. Her family's nuts. So yeah. Alright, I'm bad. What was I talking about? So yeah, I'm not gonna say in canon. Her mom can actually cook good. I mean, I'm guessing she probably could cook good in canon. She just probably didn't have the proper ingredients to cook with, simply due to the area they was living in. But I feel like if the mom had the ingredients, she can probably cook up some bomb food. So yeah, she gonna have some bomb food in this. Rico, she take advice. She crying, but it's tears of joy. She's like, this the best shit I ever had in my life. The mom, she's like, thank you and stuff. And so yeah, after some good food, they all pretty much go to bed. And they, or the dad and the son and the dog goes to bed a bit quick. And Ryuko, she's like, or the mom comes in like, hey, you can have Mako's old pajamas. And Ryuko's just like, thanks. Uh, and she's like, oh, don't worry. Mako has some new ones, so you don't really have to worry about it. So yeah, she put on Mako's old pajamas, or she was going to pretty much strip down. And yeah, the father and the son and the dog pretty much peeping at her. And she's like, y'all just went to sleep early just to peep at me? And they're like, yep, pretty much. So yeah, she kicks them out the room and she put on the clothing. It's a bit small, but hey, she can make do for how it is. So yeah, I'm gonna end it right there. Leave a like, comment down below, subscribe. Tell me what you think of this. What if Ryuko was the reincarnation of Shadow the Hedgehog? Yeah, I think that's how I'm gonna have the title name. So yeah, that being said, I'm out. Peace.
Yeah, I keep a tool on me if they got a screw up. They messing with my big homie, they must be a damn fool. I buy me some jewelry, under pressure I stay. Round the clock, tone fuller. Class clown back in high school. I'm in love with designers, fancy taste. Lay him down the recliner, stay in place. And you know I keep it rockin', got a 40 in my pocket. Niggas say that I'm the plug, and I ain't talking socket. For your love, run the race. Cockpit, I drive. Detour out of space. Never been so high. Used to feel in last place, but now I fly by. Dior on my way. Pull the trigger, he's fried.